Hello, we have a game versus High Elves, so maybe we'll be happy we took that second tackler. So I don't know how this will coincide for YouTube view. Well, I do know how it will kind of coincide for YouTube viewers. This is going to be a bit late to the party in terms of discussion. But today, when I'm playing, they just did the sort of streamer release, and they did like a 1 hour talk on Twitch for Blood Bowl 3, and it's interesting. I'm not as enthusiastic as I was, and I wasn't crazy enthusiastic. Okay, they've had a rough time of it. We've got all sorts of things going on here. Agility, looks like a niggle. A random plus armor. Lots of dodge, so definitely glad we got the tackle. I don't mind dodge on the catches, and then a move busted. Okay, and we've got 100k to spend. How big is their team here? 3, 7, 11. Okay, so they don't have any spares, so probably I could take Stabby. I mean, that seems quite fun. Arguably not the best. Probably better to just take a bribe. So yeah, there's a lot of question about... Basically, it wasn't the best presentation ever. The idea behind the little stream they did was that they're answering questions from the chat. You know, they're kind of laying out the roadmap, as they called it, of what they intend to release over the coming months. First bad news is that there's not going to be a ladder for the first 3 months. So that kind of calls into question whether it's worth buying at the moment. I think probably not, unless you find some other leagues to play in. But I don't think there's much in the way of league admin tools either. So those are both problems. A lot of stuff that you'd maybe expect to be features on release are coming way down the line, like 6 months down the line and whatnot, so that's also potentially not great. Let's see. Let's go on offense. So yeah, that's also a worry. I guess there was a big question which was repeatedly asked and then ignored during the session, was cosmetics and stuff that you can buy. Are they gonna be usable more than once? So like, say we have a team here and we buy some cosmetics for the team. Can we use them? Let me set up first before I forget what I'm doing. I guess I'll do a stabby. Maybe we'll stab the wrestle, actually. Oh, I lost my thrower, didn't I? And I didn't replace him. I forgot that he died. That's not great. Oh, he's got a dirty player, that's interesting. I think this is how we want to set up. So yeah, so if we have this team here, for instance, you can buy cosmetics to make them different. But if the question is, as far as I can tell, if you buy them for this particular team, so what are we called, like doomed to repeat itself? can we then use this on just any Khemri team? Which you'd think would be, well, obviously, sure. But I guess that is in question. And that seems like a worrying situation. And it was asked, like, it was basically spammed in the chat. And as the talks went on, they kept saying, well, have we got any more questions? And completely ignoring it. Which is a worrying sign, right? So that would be interesting. I put my guard out here, that was not very sensible. Didn't really set up the best here. So this should now be a 3 dice. Do I follow this one? No, because it's going to kind of weaken my line. Good job, thank you, sure hands. So yeah, so, you know, if that's the case, obviously that's pretty horrific, because it means you're just kind of using a lot of generic stuff. Unless you want to pay tons and tons of money, because you can't guarantee you're going to keep playing a team. Anyway, it all sounds a bit messy. I guess it's left more doubt than anything, especially with their sort of reticence to answer that, and I think people were a bit stunned by like how far behind the game is in terms of where they're at in development. So yeah, I think they're in a worse position than they were, arguably. But it's probably good that they did come out and at least answer those questions, in the sense of at least this way people kind of know more what to expect. But it's obviously not sounding great. It's not very encouraging me to want to buy it, because it comes out in a couple days for general release. There's going to be a day 1 hotfix. We'll see what that involves. It will be interesting to see how much they can get sorted in that space of time, right? But yeah, it seemed like a big mess. Yeah, exactly. I think it's sort of more the because, you know, I mean, it's not like this is the only game that this has happened with. Like, games these days it just seems to be the general way that stuff gets released these days as well. And I kind of have had this feeling with Necromunda before, which I was very eager and ready to support. And then they kind of dropped that horribly. No, not you. You can come over to here. You'll get you here for now. And yeah, the problem with what I don't like about the Necromunda situation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that them not doing anything means that it kind of basically died. Which is pretty sad. because it looked really good, which is kind of the same kind of deal we've got going on here. Like, visually, it looks pretty good, honestly. Ooh, hello. And that was the same with Necromunda, like it looked like a great game and everything, but then it turned out not to be that great. And in terms of gameplay, sorry, I'm trying to think, and in terms of gameplay, and they gradually stopped supporting it, so I suppose that's the worry with this too. I think it's less likely because there's, you know, the community is kind of already there in terms of the video game version, whereas Necromunda, there was a community of tabletop people, but in terms of actual video game, there wasn't. So this is more likely to live, but it's, you know, it's a worry. And yeah, it's all kinds of not ready. It feels pretty obvious that they did not get this finished. I have kind of left an opening here if he wants to knock this guy down, but we have guard either side even if he does. This is a risky maneuver. But yeah, I don't want it to be another Necromunda. But at start it pretty much is. If he wants to be really safe, he could bring this guy over and this guy down here and then 2-dice this. Which I wouldn't hate, just don't follow it up. Nice, that's why we put him there. Oh, of course I've put him next to the armor value 9 guy to stab, so that doesn't work. Very nice. Give him the boot. We'll move... I think we'll actually stay there. Drop this guy up here in case this goes wrong. And who's the best guy to clobber here? I guess this guy. Very nice. Disappointing, but I guess not the end of the world. So yeah, I mean, probably by the time that you actually watch this on YouTube, you'll kind of be way ahead of this, but I am sort of live reacting to it, and it's not great. I'm trying to be kind of even-handed, but, you know, the whole thing was a bit of a farce. So, not great signs, at least. And yeah, there's a lot of streamers and whatnot playing it right now, but it's not very exciting. I watched a little bit just to get impressions, but it's, you know, obviously in its current state, there's not really a lot to get excited about, so... I guess we move on up here. Feels like the guy to hit. He's got blodge. Okay, he wasn't the guy to hit. We'll just leave him there. Oh, I used the wrong Now that I've got tackle on both of them, I guess I'm gonna miss that sometimes. But yeah, I mean, you know, it kind of looks nice on face value. Graphically. We're gonna get to here, so you better go up there. I'll insert that guy there. Pop this guy here. There we go. See what he does with this. This is off tackle here. But yeah. Definitely not encouraging. And, you know, going back to the Necromunda thing, it's very reminiscent. Like, they did the same kind of thing where they didn't show any gameplay for forever. And then eventually they did, but they didn't really... Like, they were very closed about what was happening. They kept talking about how open they were being. But they were actually quite, like, tight-lipped about progress and stuff like that. Different company, I think, but it just feels very reminiscent. You know, and then trying to get everybody hyped about it. Like, right next to like delayed release, and then trying to get like, the pattern is exactly the same. The only difference here is that this game already has, like, a very much a following already. That is unfortunate. Trying to get this guy safe-ish first. Absolutely shouldn't have used this guy for these kind of things. So best one to do first is this one. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Okay, that's better. Better. Oh, did the armor save him there? I'm not sure. Nice. It's a nice thrower, actually. Okay, so we're kind of gradually making progress here. I think what makes it more disappointing about Necromunda, for me, is that Necromunda's was always my game. So, you know, I mean, I liked Blood Bowl, but it wasn't until Blood Bowl 2 came out that I really fully embraced it. I kind of liked the idea of it, and I think we played it a touch. Whereas Necromunda I've played for years. It's like, I just love the universe and everything, and when it came out, so when it was going to come out, I sort of embraced it, and it basically started me streaming. I was like, this is going to be the game I'm going to cover, and then, you know, obviously, at first it was like, well, I guess this is okay, but 3 gangs? That's terrible. And, you know, and then they made, what, like 2 more or something and gave up? So, yeah. Yeah, just very disappointing. But, I mean, it does kind of seem to be the way that games companies operate more and more these days. I think next turn I'm going to go pop this guy over on these guys. And I guess we'll get this guy up just in case. Very disappointing. Let's see, but I guess we can make that the base of our cage. Have I blitzed? Yeah, I have. Okay. We'll bring this guy up here just in case he can be useful next turn. And I don't think I'm going to make this block. I think I'm just going to leave it. So we've got 2 turns to get this in. But yeah, everybody's playing it. It's one of those interesting things, right? Like, I feel like all of the big streamers and whatnot, obviously, even some of the smaller streamers have got their copy of it and they're playing it. But they're playing it and just sort of, obviously, complaining about it the entire time, but they're still, you know, they're playing it because they want the views, but that doesn't... I suppose... Oh dear, I hope he hasn't. This would be highly disappointing and a bit weird timing to give up. He hasn't actually lost anybody yet. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I was sort of fairly convinced, or I think I convinced myself that I was going to get it when it released because I was going to want to play it anyway. But I'm really sort of feeling like it's maybe not the way to go now. I really might wait unless we see some sort of big change-ups to what they're doing with it. I guess he can sort of elf screen this, right? If he gets this guy here and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he can kind of elf screen this actually. Don't have a great answer for that. I wonder if he's going to hit this guy. I hope so. Yep, he is. Perfect. Oh, is he gonna foul him? Where's this dirty player? His dirty player's already moved, so... Stab. The fast one. Okay, well that's not been super successful this game. Probably will try and still block this. I guess we're just going to try and hit this guy out of the way. I'm just seeing who our best guy to do that is. This guy can sort of reach it. Surround us with tomb guards. Squash this in as best we can. Not ideal, but might still be okay. We pop this guy here. That's going to make it hard for these guys to get across. Very nice. He's honestly in a pretty good position here. I mean, when I say pretty good, he's not in as bad a position as it's felt like. I was gonna say I hope he fouls him. Because he's getting sent off anyway. Might have been better to do the dodge there, but I suppose it's much for muchness. Stephen goes down. I mean, he could cause us some problems here. But he's gonna wanna... The fact that this guy is here is quite nice because it means it's much more difficult for him to get more guys over here. I was trying to make it basically so that, you know, push comes to shove, we can just run out this way. That works for me. That works for me as well. Perfect. Alright, can we make this at 3 dice is the question. I'm pretty sure that we theoretically could. Maybe not. Let's see, that's 1, 2 assists. My guard's tied up, so... Yeah, I'd need more assists than I can generate here. Very nice. I'm gonna be a touch greedy here. We've got rerolls. Can Can I make that a 3 dice? No. Okay. So greed not rewarded and not punished. Beautiful. So yeah, he's back up to a full team again. There goes Ali. He kind of served a purpose, but can't really claim that he did anything very exciting. Sorry about this, I know it's unpleasant to look at. Oh, that's right, I have all my players. Sorry about this. We'll take the thrower off just because he's more vital than usual today. I wouldn't do this, but, you know, just in case. If he was dwarfs or something, I probably wouldn't do it. Or if he was Khemri. But as he is high elves, he can. He might surprise us with a one turn. His record doesn't suggest that he's a big one turner, I would argue. But it could be that that's the element that he studied the most. Who can say? But yeah, I'm honestly going to miss the look of some of the teams and whatnot. Got the bribe a little too late there, but I suppose we can still try and make use of it by stamping on people. Probably better than having the stab guy anyway. But yeah, I'm going to miss the way the teams look. I mean, the teams look exactly... To me, the teams kind of look exactly as I'd hope they would. For the most part. In this version, so it's going to be like a bit of getting used to the new version, because this version is very much like Warhammer style, right? Like the High Elves, you give them spears, they pretty much look like spearmen ready to go. You know, obviously this guy looks like a what is it, the White Lions, I guess. Blitzers look a little bit like looks like a Phoenix Guard. Like they've modeled it very much on the Warhammer. The Blitzers kind of look like Dragon Princes. You know, in Khemri, very similar. Like these guys look like rank and file. It's very, you know, and you can go through all the teams and they all kind of look right. The new ones, there's I don't know if I'd call it modern. Maybe there's a bit of modernizing, just a different sort of style. I think I'll kind of miss this style. But you know, it may just be a getting used to it thing as well. But I'm, you know, like at heart, I'm very much a fantasy enjoyer. So the looks of this game are pretty much perfect from my perspective. Not to say that they couldn't be updated to sort of be a bit fresher, but you know, like the style, I guess I should say. Regen is working today at least. So I guess we're going to see a foul on the Skelly if he can make this throw. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, it does. And I don't It's not just that, it's kind of like the styling of the armor and stuff like that, like the shape of the players. Like, I can think of so few things on this game that I dislike the look of. That's not to say I don't think that they could be sort of improved upon in terms of, you know, obviously it would have been nice to have more options in terms of variety. But the overall look and styling, I just really, really like. Something looks wrong there, that's what it is. I'm trying to think what I don't like from this game in terms of look. I'm really struggling. Yeah, all the teams look great to me. But yeah, it's a different sort of artistic style, which I think is fine, like, that's cool, but there's also a different sort of feel, which I guess is more concurrent to the current tabletop. And I would argue it's like slightly more modern feeling. For better or for worse. But that's just, you know, that's just going to take some getting used to. And I like the idea of having more pitches, but from what I've seen so far, they are a bit hard to see what's going on. I don't know if there's stuff that can be done to change that. It looks better than the last time I saw the beta where, like, the pitches were super garish and the players were faded out. It seems like they've pulled that back closer together. I wonder if they just need a little... I don't know what they need to separate the players from the background, whether it's... I don't want to say little halos, because that could be annoying. But maybe they could sort of brighten them a little bit. There's got to be something. Because it was kind of hard to tell what was player and what was pitch on some of the fields. But I mean, I do like the fact that there are different fields. I kind of feel like there should have been more in this one, but, you know, there you go. Yeah, the circles are not always enough. Yeah, there just needs to be something to bring that separation. I mean, and, you know, that's something I work with all the time with, like, with the photography, is separating your subject from your background. And it's not that hard to do. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that. And they can't do it with color, because obviously there's going to be lots of different colors. So it needs to be kind of like either a bit of a halo around them, or just different, like a bit of brightness or something. We'll see, we'll see. You know, also it's just getting used to it visually, right? Like, I felt like a lot of people were playing from about this, maybe this sort of distance, maybe even a bit higher. And, you know, it can get hard to see. It may have been more like it was more slanted than this, but I feel like they were playing from this kind of distance, but more slanted, which means it is kind of hard to... I can see missing things. So maybe a slightly closer perspective and just being willing to move around more helps. Also, I was watching it on my phone, so shouldn't judge it as much, because it'll be easier to see in flash. So what are we doing here? It looks like sort of... Ah, he's just hitting the mummy, isn't he? No real push here. Go here. Just give him the squeeze, you know? I think we're gonna hit this guy and try and stomp on him. This seems like the easiest way. Well, I mean, that's a disappointing result, I'm not gonna lie. Now I've got my own way, so that's not ideal. I guess what we could do is a little bit of over the top. Let's pop a tackle in there. And I'm going to have this guy back here as a sweep. Plus he also makes it slightly harder for this guy to dodge out. And yeah, I think I like that on the whole. I mean, not really. I'd like to have something underneath here. But we've kind of made it so that to get it to one of these guys is going to be a lot more awkward. Because there are multiple tackle zones, which is going to be hard to... I suppose he could knock this guy over, but yeah, it looks like he's already trying to find a way to unblock this so that he can get down here and pass to these guys. It's going to be hard to stop him scoring if he really wants to. He is, after all, the High Elves. You know, push comes to shove. He could come down, 3+ handed off to this guy. This guy comes down to here. He could pull this guy to hit here. You know, I mean, in a pinch, there's all sorts of things you can do. So he definitely feels like he wants to come down here. Which is not surprising, that's why we put people there. He's going to hand off here, and I guess he's going to pass to one of these guys in two tackle zones? Maybe? It's feeling that way. I mean, if he scores, that's honestly... I'd rather he score now than later. But it's going to be a 4+ catch. He's just going for it. Oh, I can intercept. Except I don't think I can. Oh, that's not good. Right off the field. Wow, double one that pass. That is unfortunate, but arguably he could have just passed with this guy and it would have... Actually, it probably would have still failed. Okay. So let's have a think here. We've already got a tackle zone on the ball. I guess we'll pop another one on there. Very nice. We'll push him away. Follow. Stay. Very nice. Just trying to get rid of their catches here. If we can get 2 catches off in one, or, you know, 2 catches out of the game temporarily at least. We'll push that. Arguably, I should have freed up this guy. I think that's a pretty good argument as well. Ooh, that's nice. Very nice. I think we leave everybody else where they're at. I definitely got a bit excited about prospects over here rather than trying to secure the ball here, so I might regret that. We do have 3 players around the ball, which is a positive. Yeah, I think my main positive from the stream, so was just the game generally looks pretty good. Oh, not Frederick. Oh dear, that's the end of Frederick's career. He's now a bad zombie. Dodge doing work. If he expends too many guys trying to knock this guy over, that's kind of great. Okay, didn't. Okay, Max is still rocking. Is he gonna foul him? Okay, he's forgotten what game he's playing. That is great. I mean, I know getting rid of him is good, but like, he could use all these players over by the ball. Gets the KO. I mean, that's got a reroll off us, in fairness. And it's got our best person to pick the ball up off. So, you know, in that sense, it's all good. I suppose if he goes and picks up the ball and runs in, I will be a bit peeved. That doesn't help. I don't know why I thought that was going to help. Maybe we'll come back to that. I guess we could maybe do this while we're here. That's very disappointing indeed. Where are you gonna go? Here? Sure. Okay, let's try and pick up this ball. That would be a big old help. Oh, thank you. You're also a mummy, which is nice. That seems like a great place for you. Okay. Not bad overall. That seemed like a bad idea right from the off there. What was the theory there, I wonder? Has he given up on the ball, maybe? It looks that way. It looks like he just wants to knock people over. Very, very strange style of play, this. But it is somewhat explanatory of the results. Did you get your leader back when he comes back on the field, I wonder? It's not going to let me see. Does get the surf. Very nice. That's my fault for thinking that I'd be able to blitz this guy. I think we've ultimately just got to try and march this up the field now, because he might come and start attacking us. That's less exciting when you can't make a blitz out of it, right? Okay, interesting. He's actually kind of done better for injuries than we have, hasn't he? Aha! Not anymore. I'm gonna hide him in here. Because obviously he's gonna want to hit him. I'm just gonna sort of project out a little rectangle on the side here. Give us more room to potentially maneuver rather than just making a little blob. So I haven't ruled out the fact that we could still tie this one up. I'm gonna try and avoid it if I can, but we are down. I'm just gonna count, it's easier. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're down 3 right now, which is not unproblematic. I guess he's down 2 though. 2, 5, 6. Yeah. Perfect. That's what Carl is here for. I mean, I suppose that armor value 9 lineman isn't the worst idea ever. Just in the sense, it's just, I think, from what I've heard, that's actually going to be improved in the new game. Because it's not going to be as expensive. Which I kind of like the idea of. But having stuff that actually viably protects players feels like a good upgrade. Because obviously, as things stand, Claw kind of undoes the point in that. So it'd be nice to not have that be as much of a problem. Not really ideal, I prefer to go up through here, but there's not really quite enough space. Don't need to quad skull this, otherwise we're in trouble. I guess we'll just start to sort of pressure our way through. In you go. And then you come back to be an annoying barrier. Do we put you forwards one? No. So we're kind of relying on our big guys here. May or may not work, but that's the overall plan. We don't technically have a guard surround. So that kind of worked there. But what's the follow-up to that, I wonder? Because when you don't have block, the 2 dices against get a lot less sort of exciting, right? I guess he could 1 dice this guy. Or 2 dice him if he's willing to put in a GFI, which he is. Obviously needs to be a little bit careful because we just surf this guy if anything goes wrong here. The fact that this blitz is down here, I kind of hate. If anybody should be down here, it's like, I don't know, somebody else anyway. Okay, he 1 diced that. Paid off. So we're going to get a little bit of pressure this turn, for sure. Just going to have to try and deal with it sort of logically. The main thing to remember is that we don't need to score. Gonna drop a foul on that one. Probably surf this guy if we knocked this guy to here, knocked him to here, knocked him to here. Let's see how much he contacts, because that's going to be a 3 dice if he doesn't do anything else. So we might have the potential of a surf. Obviously it's a little bit precarious, but I don't think we move anybody wildly out of position. Okay, we just flat out conked him out. I think I'm just happy taking that, honestly. Especially if we injure him. Let's see, what else have we got here? This guy is obviously a potential problem. Can't get back to where I was, so we'll go here. And here. 3 rolls, 3 turns. I'll pop this guy. Not quite in scoring range. I don't know that we're that excited about scoring on Henry, but you know, I wouldn't say no if we get the chance. Now he's got to be careful here because he needs to put a guy in scoring range, and he might forget. If he forgets, then we can relax. Looks like he wants to cage dive. But he wants to get rid of this assist first. Oh, the problem is, of course, we've got guard here. So you'd really want to come in from this angle. But how do you stand this guy up is the question. And the answer is you don't really. So he's going to go in for the 2 dice against. No problem there. Probably has to re-roll that, otherwise it doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't work anyway, most likely. Yeah, we'll take that push. But now, who's going to get into scoring range? I don't know that this guy even can. He cannot. So I think he's done there, and I think he just doesn't realise he's done. In comes the 1 dice on the mummy. I think he wants to foul him. I should really call him a Tomb Guardian, shouldn't I? Gets the stun. Could sidelight cage this. Might be our best option. Take that. I think this is a GFI here. I know this is slightly dangerous, but it's not that dangerous in the sense that we can't be scored against. Boo. Yeah. Boo. Didn't get him again. I don't want him to die. Yeah, let's leave it. Henry's leave. Maybe tomorrow, maybe. Maybe not. I'm off that. Sure. The ever-present. Alrighty, if there's anything else you need to tell me, just message me or we can talk later. Probably best to message me because you don't need to talk. But no talking still. Oh, he won't be there.
He won't be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll probably put it on top of his. Cool. Yeah. I'll see you later. Alright, did he do anything? Oh, he's trying some stuff. Does that let him in? Not easily. A bit more easily, though. It's now just a... what, 4+ in? I was just checking he didn't have a scoring threat. Oh, he got us. I mean, it was always likely. Henry, your time to level up is not now. Hey, Satan Rick, how's it going? Oh, he injured him as well. That is not cool. He's fine though. Oh, he could go and grab the ball and throw it somewhere now. How's it going with you? I had Cryo in earlier. We were discussing the Blood Bowl 3s. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, isn't it? I watched the replay of the Twitch. He's gonna run away, isn't he? Which is only sad in the sense that I'm not gonna have a chance to score. I mean, it's totally fair. He should just run down here and lob it. Yeah, I'm kind of beginning to edge that way myself. Unless I do something super drastic in the next. Well, you know what the danger with that is that I might just kill your players instead. Not to sound ominous or anything, but what else is there now? Yeah, I mean, you know, no leagues means no point, right? Or I might not kill your players, I might just push them around. Oh, we got him. He's fallible. Yeah, exactly. Not being able to pause for 6 months seems like a really weird decision. Well, I tried to make him pay for running away with our ball, but I couldn't. Yeah. It's weird though, because you know, they've obviously... That's not really where we wanted our MVP, but whatevs, the result is what matters. Let me get this one finished up real quick, and then I'll come back while my brain is alive to it. Okay, so that's all of that. Let's have a quick look at where we're at. No levels. I do need to buy a new thrower, which I forgot last time instead of getting a pitch thing. So we're 844. I mean, that's marginally better, right? So yeah, I'll buy us in a thrower for next game. Thanks for watching, YouTube. I will catch all of you guys next time, and bye for now.